Hello, so I want to show you how to do your marker skill builder page. This is the first one of two. And what you're doing is you're tracing these shapes over and over and over again until you get to the bottom. And you have a solid line here to follow, and as you move down the handout, the line becomes more broken and more space between the pieces of line. So I am going to zoom in. Okay, now when you trace these shapes, you can use whatever color you want, and I want it to be like this shape. So that means that there's sharp corners. So you're going to take your marker, put the cap on the end of your marker like this so you don't lose it. If you just set the cap on the table, it might roll off and get kicked. So you put the cap on the end of your marker, you're going to take the marker and you're going to follow this line, and you're staying right on top of it, just like you're walking across a balance beam. Staying right on top and not falling off. And you should have some nice corners for this shape. And then you trace the next one, making sure you get nice corners, that you're not going around in a curve. You're slowing down, and you're drawing very slowly and carefully around the shape. When you're finished, put the cap back on your marker until you hear it snap. Pick a new color. Now the circle needs to look like a circle. It shouldn't have like a wobbly shape to it. So go around it slowly. Stay right on the line. So now we're going to do the triangle. The triangle has points, so make sure you turn and bend that line and make sure it has a sharp point at all three corners. Go slow, staying right on the line. Push the cap on until it snaps. Alright, and then this one's going to be your trickiest one. You kind of want to go fast, and the corners will curve. I don't want them to be rounded corners. I want them to be sharp corners. So go slow. Stop when you get to the end of the line. Then turn, stop, turn, stop. Go slow. If you go too fast, it's not going to look like a pentagon. And that is how you finish and complete your first marker skill builder page. Hello, so today we are going to use those marker skills that we just practiced to create and draw this landscape down here with pencil, and then coloring it in completely with marker. So remember that a landscape is a picture of land. It can have a building in there, but it shouldn't be full of buildings, because then that would make it a cityscape and not a landscape. So we are going to draw this landscape step by step down here in this box. And you can see this rectangle here is a little bit shorter than our rectangle at the bottom. So we might need to kind of stretch out our landscape a little bit. So step one, that's a lot of steps. So I'm going to start with the two wavy lines for the ground. And I'm going to start them a little bit lower on my rectangle. And then we have a building. And you're doing this with pencil, so you can erase if you make a mistake. And then we have a tree without any leaves. And then we have a tall, skinny rectangle with an evergreen tree. And it's a zigzag line on both sides. And then moving over here, we add a curved, bumpy line to go around this tree to make it have leaves. Coming down here, we add a sun. And now over here, we add some branches. We add, looks like apples, or this could be a peach tree or a lemon tree. And then some triangles for the rays of the sun. And then we have a chimney, which is on this side, but I don't have any room, so I'm going to put the chimney on this side because I ran out of room. Some lines that go across the roof, an arched doorway, and 2 windows with crisscross lines. So there is my landscape drawn. I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to color this in completely with marker, leaving no white paper poking through. And I will come back to you as soon as I get this all colored in. All right, and that's how you completely color in your landscape. Some of my students think this color here looks like black, but it's a dark green color, so that's what it's supposed to look like. And that is how you finish your landscape, coloring it in completely and neatly with marker.